EdT1138 here, and this is another edition of Top 3 Tuesday. You guys have pretty much got this figured out by now, so I'm just going to get right into the video responses from last week. They were Emojo1990, Stavenborn, Wilgram13, Shenmuzo, Kit171, Dahmer Cool Stuff, Polaventress, Vinny's Rap Game Snaps, Michael B. the Game Genie, Olds X Cool, Jackalair VG, 8 Dragon Quest, Heather Mason 76, Sega and More, SL Gaming Blog, Andrew's Game Display, RPG Machine 86, Jacob Rocks 100, Electric Adventures, Almew 2011, Darren Walshsock, and Soft Otaku were the video responses that were posted as of the time that I made this video. They will have a link posted down below that will lead you to the page that has all of the video responses listed. There may even be 1 or 2 video responses that I didn't name here because there just always seems to be 1 or 2 that pop up after I have recorded this video, or even while I'm in the middle of uploading it. Now, last week was awesome because you guys managed to get the Thrift Dwellers channel views bumped by over 2,000, and they picked up almost 90 subscribers by the time I'm recording this video. It is fantastic of you guys to be so willing to help out your fellow YouTubers. So, really cool. Thank you very much. I believe the Thrift Dwellers even said thank you in a comment somewhere. And if you go check them out, I'm sure that they will say thank you to you there too. Now, this week, the person giving us our question is spritesNbytes. I have been watching his channel for quite some time now. There is nobody quite like him on YouTube. He is fantastic. I find him incredibly entertaining, and he has promised, while recording this question, to be on his best behavior. So, check him out. Here he is.
Yo, Ed, how you doing? Got a question for you. My question for you is, what are your top 3 games you have in your collection that you fought tooth and nail to get? It was easy for me. My third was Global Gladiators on the Mega Drive. Now, I've already got it on the Amiga 1200, but my power pack's fucked, so I can't really fucking play it. So, with that comes the story. I was meeting my mate Mark, who's top of my featured channels list, and I phoned him up and I says, you know, what you doing? He's like, I'm already in town, I might have a look around. I said, no, don't, because it's going to be unfair if you find something and I'm not there to fucking fight you for it. And he was like, fuck it, I'll wait then. So, he waited, went to one local retro store, and the first thing I found was that. And I was buzzing because I snagged it up and I was like, you're not getting it, fuck it. And he wasn't happy and he called us all the names under the sun. But to be fair, if he got there before me, I would have lost out on it. So, first come, first serve. Second is Super Meat Boy. And to cut a long story short, I've already got a video on this one. But game fucked up my order for this, but decided to take the money anyway. And it took over a week to actually get the matter resolved and to get refunded. And the good thing about that is I actually found it on Amazon for 15 quid, so I saved a couple of quid and I still got it brand new nevertheless. So, you know, good things come to those who wait or fight. And lastly, my top is King of Fighters 13, but it's not for the game, it's actually for the soundtrack. Now the reason why is because obviously in America the game was getting released and you were going to get a pre-order bonus, which was the 4 CD soundtrack. I didn't know we were going to get it. I thought we weren't, so I was originally going to order it from America, and I cancelled the order thinking it would be fine. And about 2 weeks later, after this gets released, I do actually find out there's a soundtrack coming with it, and I was a bit annoyed because I'd missed it. Every shop I went into, Game Station, Granger, HMV, didn't have it. No online website had it. I checked on Sainsbury's though, and it had information about the soundtrack. I was like, so at work, I actually phoned them up. Took about half an hour to finally fucking get the situation sorted out for them to say, sorry, we don't have it. So I'm just like, but the good thing is though, shortly, well not necessarily shortly after it's released, I think about a month and a half after it's released, King of Fighters actually dropped to less than 20 quid. So I was like, fuck it, I'll get the game because I want the game anyway. It'll be interesting to see what it's like. And then I met Dan's Game Corner in Scotland. Had a look around and went at the GeForce, which specialises in obscure games and international releases. And oddly enough, the soundtrack was sitting there for a tenner. So I was like, fuck it, I'm going to buy it. And overall, I actually got this whole set for £10 less than it would have been on release. So, you know, can't argue with that. So with that then, Ed, congrats on your 1,000 subs, and also, back to you.
Danny4842 seems to have started a bit of a trend by tossing the video back to me the way he did in his. So, I don't know. I guess it's grown on me. Sprites and Bytes is a channel that I try to never miss a new video because you just don't ever know what you're going to see. It's probably a bad choice of words. You never know what he's going to do in the video, and that makes it unpredictable and entertaining, and I really enjoy the channel. So, you should check it out. Make sure you check out some of his older videos as well as his newer stuff, because he's done a lot of different things, and he always adds that Sprites and Bytes flair to whatever it is that he does. Now, on to the question. Top 3 games in your collection that you fought tooth and nail for. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to modify that a little bit because I want it to appeal to as broad an audience as possible. I'm going to say top 3 pieces in your collection that you fought tooth and nail for, or were fortunate to get, something like that. Now, for me, I don't think I had, none of them were single games. I'm going to show you Streets of Rage, and then I'm going to tell you that this actually was a whole bunch of games that I got in one stop. And to make a long story short, we went into a Goodwill, my friend Eld and I. It was a place that I didn't even want to stop. I was ready to go home. He forced me to go in there, and there was a guy that was actually looking at all the games in this big glass case when we walked in the door, and we went and stood real close to him while looking at the stuff until he got nervous and walked away. Then I proceeded to tell Eldon to stand there, don't let anybody near this. I went and got somebody, brought him back. I ended up walking out with a whole bunch of games, and as we were checking out, that guy starts walking back up to the front looking very angry because we chased him away and stole the game. So, I know, it was really bad. Streets of Rage 3. First game that I fought tooth and nail to get. Next, similar situation, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! This actually came in a display case with 41 other games. It was actually in one of my older videos called, I think, Flea Market Face-Off Results in NES Hall, I think is what it's called. Some of you may have watched it, who knows. Now, in this one, I went into a flea market, I see this stack of games in a display case. I know that I don't have enough money in my pocket to buy it because I wasn't prepared to actually find anything. It was on my lunch hour at work. I run back in, get some money out of the ATM machine, pass a guy talking on the phone with somebody, telling him that he found these games for 35 bucks. Do you want me to spend that much? I took off running, went and bought the games. As I was paying for the games, the guy comes back, furious, throwing a fit. I left with him. So in that one, I actually almost got into it with the guy twice. He walked up on me when I was buying them, threw the fit, and then when I was out in the parking lot, he followed me out and was eavesdropping when I was talking to the camera. Finally, Contra Hardcore. This is a game that you've not seen in a pickup video yet because I'm saving it for my Sega pickup video, and there's like a huge stack of games over here that you guys can't see, and then another stack of games over there. Still waiting on Lumboy's Post 1975's package. There's a reason that's not here yet. I'll tell you when I eventually do the video. Anyway, Contra Hardcore. Again, this is another one that there were several games in. Try and make this story as short as possible. I was looking for a game at a video game store for a friend of mine, Eldon. It's a place that I go into. They don't have anything priced. The place is a mess. You go up to the front. They look every individual game up on Amazon and price it out. I had had this game in my hand before. They gave me the cart-only price before the other person working there said, hey, that's a mistake. You know, it's obviously complete. So I went back there. As I'm in there looking for my friend, these other teenagers walk in. They're making lots of noise. The guy is distracted by them. I decided to take that opportunity to try and get a deal. I grab a whole bunch of games together, walk up to the counter, set them down. His wife calls him on the phone, so he's distracted there. He's trying to price out my games, trying to pay attention to the teenagers, trying to talk to his wife on the phone. Eventually, I end up getting this game and a few others for about $15 less than this game goes for all by itself. So it was a spectacular deal. And, man, I'm telling you what, the guy hangs up on his wife, says, I'm sorry, you know, it's really busy in here. And that was like 2 games before he got to this one to price it out. So I start, you know, asking him a bunch of questions, and I'm like handing games in and pulling games out, and I got them cheap, but I had to work for it. So there you go. Those are my 3 games that I fought tooth and nail for. I was very fortunate to get them. I would like to hear what yours are. I'm sure that Gareth, Sprites and Bytes would as well. Please go check out his channel. He's a great guy, very entertaining, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.